There's this story that I really like a lot where a father gives his son an old car. You might have heard this one.
Right.
But father gives his son an old car and he says, if you want, you can sell it and then you can take the money and, buy yourself something else. And so he says, why don't you go down to the pawn shop and see what they'll give you. And so kid comes back and he looks a little bit down and he's like, what's up? He's like, oh, they said they'd give me $2,500. He's like, all right, well, go to the dealership, see if you can trade it in there for something else. So he goes there, he comes back, he said, well, hey, they'll give me $5,000. He's like, okay, that's an improvement. And he says, hey, why don't you go down to the old collectibles auction house, see what they'll do. And so the kid goes there and he comes back and he's jumped for two. He's like, Dad, you won't believe it. He's like, they say this is an old collectible car and it's worth $100,000. And he's like, the biggest lesson here is that sometimes it's the exact same thing, but who you sell to changes everything. And so these are kind of the four characteristics of, if I'm going to get into a market, I want to make sure that they've got the money, they're easy to find, it's growing.